There is a caveat, which is that a spotter is needed to look out for any aircraft that can't transmit their location. Just explain that caveat and how the technology works.
So at Wing, we have permission from the FAA to fly what's called beyond the visual line of sight.
Right.
So for us, we don't have the said spotter that you're talking about. The way that we operate is we have somebody, and we have pilots that are able to really look at the area, if you will, in terms of where our drones are flying, as opposed to looking at, I think people think that there's somebody just looking at the drone and flying and seeing how far it can go. I've had people say they think there's somebody with a joystick actually controlling the drone. We're completely autonomous. And so that's why we're super excited about this opportunity with
You're
Walmart.
the CFO of Wing, so I've got to ask, it's 2 stores, but big stores in Dallas. How big a deal is this for Wing, commercially speaking?
Yeah, this is a huge deal. Let's just take a step back. Wing has operated and done over 350,000 commercial deliveries in 3 continents. This allows us to expand in the U.S. With this Walmart partnership, we will be able to reach over 60,000 households in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so this is again, just part of our scaling opportunity, and we're super excited to be working with Walmart.
What sort of demand are you seeing? How many people are wanting to rush to get to the app to make sure that they can, in the Dallas area, receive these sorts of, deliveries that we just saw on our screen?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time working on community engagement and really engaging on the need for our services in the local area. We've already been operating in Dallas. We have a partnership with Walgreens, and people have been asking for us to do more. So we're super excited that we're able to come back to the Dallas area, not only do more with Walmart, we've expanded our hours, and we'll be able to reach a lot more of the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
And it's interesting, medical drone delivery, also a focus of yours in Ireland, for example. I'm really interested, though, in what this stepping stone means, because 60,000, it's a lot of people. But it's certainly not the millions in the US. What gets us there? What sort of timeline, what sort of regulatory approval do you need so that me in New York can also get it delivered?
I think those are great questions, and we've spent a lot of time, working with industry partners on really expanding some of those approvals. I think, look, the reality is we are partnering with Walmart right now. That is the stepping stone to get to what you're talking about, where this is expanded to the millions. We think that we are building a safe, reliable, efficient drone delivery system that is capable of getting to those millions. And so this is the journey that we're taking, and Walmart is very important to us expanding in that way.
There's the sort of FAA regulation factor that impacts how quickly you can grow. But there's also different attitudes from different cities, states, retailers. Where do you feel like you're making most progress? Which areas are most supportive to deploying drone technology?
I think that there was a study that Virginia Tech did in Christiansburg, Virginia, where actually we are doing drone delivery. And it showed that almost 90% of those who took that study were very positive about drone delivery and wanted it to come to their communities. We even just recently showcased a couple who's in their 80s who actually have had the most drone deliveries and set a world record. They've gotten over 1,200 deliveries in the last couple of years. And my favorite part about their 1,200 deliveries is they got almost 100 boxes of Girl Scouts delivered to their house. So we think the demand is there.
That's a brilliant story. I'm not going to ask how many eggs they got delivered as well, as I know you do that pretty efficiently. I mean, it needs some power players, some mass adoption, and people to really show how much this works. But ultimately, what are the things, sort of the teething issues in your scaling? I mean, what about talent? What about bringing in the know-how to continue to expand and ensure that this delivery can happen so succinctly? Is it something that you think about a lot?
Absolutely. As most tech companies and innovative companies, you think about attracting and retaining the best talent out there. I think, look, we are very fortunate to be a part of Alphabet. Alphabet is our parent company. And so I think that, we continue to attract and try to retain the best talent out there. I think there's a lot of opportunities for people looking to get into new industries. I think drone delivery industry offers a lot of opportunity, and I think we're going to see a lot more talent coming into the industry.